So in therapy, in working with a patient, you would not say that it's absolutely imperative to have to more or less reformulate all of his past life in order to help him with his present neurosis. You feel that you could deal with him at the moment with his problem as it is at this time, and it's not necessary to go back and probe into things that happened to him during his first, second, and third year of life.
You see, there is no system about it in therapy.
Yes.
In therapy, you treat the patient as he is in the present moment, irrespective of causes and such things. That is all more or less theoretical.
Yes.
There are cases who know just as much about their own neurosis as I know about it, in a way.
Yes.
In such cases, I can start right away with posing the problem. For instance, there is a case, a professor of philosophy, and he imagines that he has cancer.
Yes.
He shows me several dozen X-ray plates that prove that there is no cancer.
Yes.
He says, of course I have no cancer, but nevertheless I'm afraid I could have one. You see, I have consulted so many surgeons and they all assure me there is none, and I know there is none, but I might have one, you see, and that's enough.
Yeah.
Now, you see, such a case can stop from one moment to the other.
Yeah.
He simply stops thinking such a foolish thing.
I see.
But that is exactly what he cannot do.
Yes.
And in such a case, I say, well, it's perfectly plain to you. It's nonsense what you believe. Now, why are you forced to believe such nonsense? What is the power that makes you think such a thing against your free will? You know it is nonsense, and why should you think it? Or what for should you think it?
Yeah.
Well, and what is that power that makes you think such a thing? It's like a possession, you know.
Yes.
Exactly. It's like a demon in him that makes him think like that, in spite of the fact that he doesn't want it.
Yes.
You see, then we have the problem. That is the problem for an intellectual man. And then I say, now, you see, you don't know, you have no answer.
Yes.
I have no answer.
Yes.
Now what are we going to do?
Yes.
I say, now we must see what you dream. Because the dream is a manifestation of the unconscious side. Now he never has heard of the unconscious side. So I must explain to him that he has an unconscious, and that the dream is a manifestation of it, and if we succeed in analyzing the dream, we might get an idea about that power that makes him think like that.
I see.
You see? In such a case, one can begin right away with the analysis of dreams. And in all cases that are a bit serious, mind you, this is not a simple case, this is a very serious and difficult case, in spite of the simplicity of the phenomenology, of the symptomatology.
Yes.
In all cases, after the preliminaries, as it were, history of the family, the medical anamnesis, etc., we come to that question. What is it in your unconscious that makes you wrong?
Yes.
That hinders you to think normally?
Yes.
And then we are there where we can begin with the observation of the unconscious. And then, day by day, one goes on by the data the unconscious produces.
Yes.
You see, we discuss the dream, and that gives a new surface to the whole problem. And he will have another dream, and the next dream gives again an answer, because the unconscious is in a compensatory relation to consciousness, and after a while we get the full picture.
Yes.
And if he has a full picture and has the necessary moral stamina, well, then he can be cured.
I see.
But in the end, it is a moral question whether a man applies what he had learned or not.
Yes. So you see then, in a sense, in this situation, the unconscious plays a very important part. The unconscious which is found in the dream. But as you see it then, what you have found in the dream is not necessarily then image or symbol of what has happened in the past in his particular
Not
life.
at all.
Not at all.
It is just the symbol of the symbol is not, you see, that is a special term. It is the manifestation of the situation of the unconscious, looked at from the unconscious.
I see.
You see, I tell you, for instance, something which is my personal or subjective view.
Yes.
And if I ask myself, how are you really quite convinced of it? Well, I must admit I have certain doubts.
Yes.
There are certain doubts. Not in the moment when I tell you, but these doubts are in the unconscious. And when I have a dream about it, these doubts come to the foreground in my dreams.
Yes.
And that is the way the unconscious looks at the thing.
Yes, yes.
It is just so as if the unconscious would say, oh yes, that's all very well what you are stating, but you omit entirely such and such a point.
Yes.